Fish on, fish on. Coming right at me. I don't know what it is, but another big sunfish. Another big old fatty. Let that one go. Hey everyone, it's John here from CNS Outdoors. Hey, this episode we're going to be going for high water bluegills. I'm sure it's an episode you're not going to want to miss. The action is fast and furious. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And now let's get on with the show. So in these bays that are protected, now the dirty water is coming upstream, and this bay would be situated so that the top end is upstream. So what happens here is the water goes around it, and there's a fish right there. Real nice gill too. Real nice gill. Look at that one. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. So you can catch fish in high dirty water. You just got to figure out where to go, and we're going to keep a few today. But what happens here is basically this water, the dirty water goes all the way around it. Oop, there was another fish. So dirty water goes all the way around and does not come back upstream. It just goes past. And this has got a big weed bed out here that filters out the dirty water, and it stays clean, if you can see that. There's weeds right there. And what you're going to look for is these high banks. Now in dirty water, I want something with a lot of vibration if I can. That's why I put on this little mini chatterbait. It's clean in here, so the vibration thing is not as necessary, but I want vibration in dirty water. There we go. Another nice gill. Another good gill. Look at that. Wow. So dirty water, high rising and dirty water can put the fish in places, there we go, put them in your favor as to catching lots of them. We're just going to kind of move through, see what else we can get in here. One of the bad things though about places like this, if you get a south wind, which we are, the flow comes from the north, but we got a south wind, and what it does is, you can see it pushes all that ductwork. There's another fish. Another good gill. Look at that. Another good one. But what it does is it pushes all that ductwork in there, and so it makes it a little bit tougher to get through on baits for panfish. As you can see, you can still catch them. Woohoo! We didn't want that guy. That would have been a lost bait for sure. Big old dogfish there. And that's what this high rising water will do. It'll push, and we are looking for cleaner water. It'll push every fish in these spots like this. Fish on. Another nice sunfish. Oh, That's a toad, but that's gotta be full of eggs, so we are not gonna eat her. Look at that big old fatty. Put her back. So on these downward points, the water will stay a little calmer. Give these fish a little bit of an eddy so they're not fighting that high water that's running by on a river system. The current, that is. It stays cleaner. I know it's probably hard to see, but there's an eddy out there, and on the other side of that eddy is where that water's coming through. Pretty hard. There's a fish on. I don't know what kind it is, if it's a big sunfish or what it is. Perch. Keeper too. There we go. So again, all kinds of different fish want to be out of that current. And these are on the point. Now the last few, there was another one. These fish are on the points. They're just out of the current. Just laying there feeding on whatever else comes by them, whether that's minnows, some kind of a bug hatch. But the bait doesn't want to be in the current, and neither do those fish. They don't want to fight it. Yeah, right away. Another good fish. Real good fish here. Oh, little bass is what that was. Try to get off just a touch. So hopefully you can see where that current. Oh, we got another fish. Good sunfish here. Oh, big one. Look at that one. Another tank. Another nice sunfish. Wow. What a beauty. As you can see, they're stacking up here. And I'm not going to fish this and sit in one spot. I like to move, see what I can find in other places. As I was just saying, if you look, you can see a calm right out here, and this is a big eddy. Just beyond that, you can see how it's kind of waving and the current is coming right there, and these fish are stacked up behind the point where the water's a little cleaner. There's not the mud line, and they're just sitting here waiting to feed. But as we get closer to the top, it's getting dirtier. It's not that clean water that you had, back in behind the point and inside the island. As you can probably hear, that wind is really starting to pick up, and I'm having a hard time boat control out on the edge because the current wants to drag me down, the wind wants to push me up. So this is making boat control a lot of fun. Just wants to keep pushing me around. So I'm gonna have to pick my poison here pretty soon. Either fish a different spot or stay behind that island point. There's a fish. fish. Another nice sunfish. Oh. My dad would say, beauty. Ouch. There we go, there's a fish. Another big sunfish. Holy cow! Look at this. Yes, this is another dandy. My goodness. There we go. Another good fish. Another big one. So what I'm using here is a little chatterbait with a nail tail on it. Just a medium light action with a fast tip, 6-foot spinning rod with a little 500 reel and 4-pound test suffix line with gold on it. Love this little setup. Back in towards the wind here so I can fish this properly. There's another fish on. And another dandy sunfish. Holy cow. Seven and a quarter, 7.5, I would say. Couple more and I got my meal. For me and Tracy. So as you can see, you could find fish in high rising water. There's another good one. This is just phenomenal. Phenomenal today. And it really will. It'll put, I mean, look at the size of these fish. These are some nice sunfish. High rising water can be your friend. It'll put the fish in spots that are very predictable, and a lot of people have a hard time with it. I don't. I mean, as you can see, you can find places where they want to be, and it puts them stacked up in spots, and it can be amazing fishing, and that's what we're having today, is amazing fishing. And there's another fish. I think that's going to be our last one to keep. We've probably got enough fish now. I'll count them, see what we're at, but I'll do it out of the wind here. But just remember, you want to look for places that are out of the current, where the water gets cleaner. Generally, and this one isn't so bad because the water's pretty clean here. It's filtered by the weeds. But you're going to want to have a bait that has a little vibration. And you don't have to have a mini chatterbait like this. Oh, this bait has just been crazy. There's another fish. This bait has been absolutely crazy. Little bass, but it catches everything. But getting back to my point, you just need to have vibration. I mean, I could be throwing, you know, a twister tail on here, just a jig with a twister tail, and that tail would cause the vibration, and it just makes it easier for the fish to find your bait. You know, and we're going to talk about some other places too to fish out of the wind, but this is fun. Getting these big bull sunfish. No matter what they are, sunfish, perch, bass, there's another one. This is a sunfish. Tell just the way he's fighting. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you would, leave a comment and a bait you use. Until next time, tight lines and shoot straight, everyone.